What's going on, everybody? It's your host, the Crypto Wonder from the Crypto Wonder Podcast. I hope you're doing well. Hope this episode finds you well. Let's get right into it. So, there was a gentleman in the HEX community that issued a tweet this weekend regarding a project that he got involved with that, he was able to receive rewards, and he's showing, or he's explaining that, he received the rewards and however, people need to get in, while they can to receive the rewards as well. This episode is not going to be about defaming anyone. If it sounds like it is, look, that's not my intent. I just speak, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even going to put like his name out there. For those who know, those who don't know, it's okay. It's about the message. That's really what it's about, because I've been talking about these types of things off and on for years. For years, people. And before I get into it, again, I have to say something, because this is something, again, that just took place within the last 24 hours. So it's only right that, I'm compelled to talk about it, and here I am. And I'm going to say this, I'm more as time goes by, and I've been saying it too, this is like a repetitive thing. You have to understand what you're getting involved with when it comes to crypto. You for yourself. For a lot of people, their research stops once they hear a blog. They look no further after one stream, after a live stream, after a blog, after a video, after one person's opinion. Their research stops right there. And that's where, in many cases, you can fall short and lose everything. There was a saying that a person I know coined in crypto, a phrase that just rings so true, and it's going to ring true, I think, for the life of cryptocurrency. And that saying is, do better things with your crypto. And before you even try to do better things with your crypto, understand what crypto is. Understand what smart contracts are and what they can do. Understand the tricks that bad actors implement into these contracts. Learn about this. Learn. Don't just listen to me talking or anyone talking outside of being a founder in crypto. Literally, you have to really study this, because this is about your money. Respect your monetary value and your monetary energy. It can't be said enough. This can't be emphasized enough. It can't. You'll see this all the time. You see this thing happen all the time. So this guy tweets out how he got into a contract and it's paying him rewards. And then the more you look into the contract off the bat, you see it's a reflector contract. You get taxed. Like, it's not the point about it being a reflector contract that it won't necessarily work. But the thing about, see, it models somewhat of an hourglass style, but not the hourglass that those of us who were in DeFi and were familiar and exposed to, as far as the proof of weak hands model, in a sense, like the original proof of weak hands and the contracts that were launched in 2018 per se. Reflector's a lot different. But many reflector tokens have come and have just burned the crypto community, have burned people. We're talking about the likes of Safe Moon. We're talking about the likes of, Come Rocket. Contracts with those just attributes that just crush so many people. Look at the performance of Safe Moon. Sure, in the beginning, when you get in early enough, you make a killing, right? Classic Ponzi style. But when you try to let people know, or when you think that you're going to continuously make money, it doesn't work out, because these contracts go to zero. They crash. They rug. They scam. Because these things are not really designed to help people amass generational wealth. They're pump and dumps. They're pump and dumps. Right? There's one famous story about how one person put in what? I forgot how much money. Maybe hundreds of dollars, maybe $300, and they were able to extract from Safe Moon. Now they were able to extract $400,000. How many people were able to do that though? But that's the amount. That's the part about these contracts that's so alluring. You put in a little bit, you hope to ROI real quick. Generally, it's you get taxed 10% to come in, 10% to come out. Right? And you have to wait for the volume of others coming in so that you can at least be made whole. And if you made whole, you could take that out, and then the rest is house money, or you keep your money in there, do whatever it is that you want. But those things have a short life, because in many cases, the developers, unbeknownst to the people, because the people don't do enough research, the developers juke the contracts. They have back doors. See, they have tricks that they put in the contracts to just freeze everything and take your money. These things are not 100% legitimate. It's a game. It's a game of cat and mouse. It's a game of preying on your temptations, your greed levels, your desperation. How much more can they siphon away from you? Because you're so excited about the potential. You got the dopamine level so high in your body, where you just like, forget about rationality. I want to see how much money I can make in the quickest amount of time. Especially when people are showing you on social media their winnings, their earnings. So naturally, you want to do the same thing. This is something I've been talking about for years. When people show you what they're doing with their crypto on social media, you're attracted to that. You want to duplicate those actions, because who wouldn't want to win too? The only credit I give to the guy in the HEX community if he deserves, like, the only thing I could say that he didn't do, that people of the past, even up till now, who continue to do, is leave a referral link. That I didn't see, unless I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he did. I don't know, but I didn't see in that post if he left a referral link so that people could buy into whatever he got going on. He says he wasn't shilling. He says that he believes the contract is legit because he knows the person who created the contract, and that makes it safe because you know somebody. Another major noob mistake. Another major noob mistake. And it also makes me, and this is somebody who, when I officially tried to really get into, got into, not try, but, got into the community, I would see this person and, he's making content, and this is somebody who's like pretty much well known. But how long have you been in crypto if you're making these new errors? These new, these what is, I don't know. I don't know. This is why, people, you have to do your own research. Unless you're found. That's why I talk about Richard Elias, not because, I'm trying, fanboy business or anything like that. The man knows what he's talking about because history has shown and has proven, the work has proven, substantiates what he knows. History, his work with HEX, the product that he invented, and just and outside of that, the occurrences, the things that have happened in crypto, what crypto is supposed to mean. Like, this is a man who's a founder. This is a man who's also educating people on how the markets work. I don't listen to any, like, it's like, I get community and I get the zeal that people have, including myself. I want to create content and talk and sound like I know what I'm talking about. I'm just learning and parroting what this man said, what this man says. And that's what many people are doing in the community. You're just repeating like a parrot what he's talking about to pretty much program ourselves to try to do the quote unquote safest thing that we can do, the most safest and appropriate thing that we can do in crypto, so that we don't end up getting wrecked and our loved ones don't get wrecked and people don't get hurt overall. That's it. If you're not sort of like a big brain, you knee deep in the industry, like you really been doing this for a long time, you study this, you work, you're in the industry full time, you know nothing enough to really try to convince people that you the guy. You're not the guy. We're not the guys. We're not the gals. None of us are. None of us are. I don't care what streamer you talk about. We're not. Because if we were, we would be sitting in the same position as a founder. We parrot, we mimic, we duplicate, we copy what's been successful. And we copy not only what's been successful, but also concepts and ideas that have just held to be true. That's it. Along the lines and along the way, I like me personally, I just I appeal to who I like to hear talk about these things. Just like it's the same thing happens with me. Folks just who like to hear what I say, they listen to me. Those who don't. And it's the same thing, but it doesn't mean that I'm a founder of anything. I haven't found anything in crypto. I just try to speak about things that make common sense. Just common sense. Why, if I get into some type of contract or coin, token, whatever have you, and I just go on social media and I say, hey, this is great. Get into this while you can. That's a noob move, a newbie, a neophyte, a beginner, a no corner, somebody who's just like so fresh and new. Like, yo, you, an adept, someone not even an adept, a novice, a beginner. You know nothing. Like you coming out and you talking about things, and you find them all throughout YouTube. You could see, you could spot. Then those of us who've been in crypto for a while can pick on them because we've been in the industry for years and creating content too. We can tell when a content creator has been around for a while or they just fresh and new. They don't know what they're talking about, but they act like they do. That's the problem. They're trying to convince people that they're the guy, and they're not. They're not. I don't care who they are, people. And I like a lot of content creators, but I don't go to them for confirmation on anything. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that, or else the likelihood of you losing is very, very high. I've seen it. This is experience talking right here. It's not about concept or what my opinion. This is experience talking from a factual point of view. I've seen it. I've lived it. Now the guy, because the HEX community just bombed on him, attacked him for shilling. Now his perspective is, not now, but his thing was all he was trying to do was show his winnings. But you're telling people to get in while they can. This is the part about it that's real, you know what I mean? It's a slippery slope. For me to tell you that I got X, Y, and Z earnings or rewards from whatever I'm doing, and to tell you to get in while you can, what is that? What do you call that? What do you call that? I'm promoting. I'm promoting something. I got XYZ. You where in what video have you ever heard me? Because I know better. Like, what video, what content, what social media posts have you ever seen me say, I made this, you should get into it too? I talk about things from the perspective of figure this out. See what this is about. See if it works for you. If it doesn't, cool. If it does, all the better. But educate yourselves first. Educate yourselves. I'm not going to tell you, oh, I got this going on, I got that going on, and get into it too while you can. Because when everything goes to zero, when everything goes south, who are you going to blame? Who are you going to go after? I've talked about this for years. And this situation, this story keeps coming up because you have people who pretend like they know what they're doing, and clearly they don't know. This is a clear example that this person in the community knows not what they're doing. They don't have an idea of what's going on in crypto and put their viewers in potential harm's way. Now, it's not about gatekeeping now. Now, let's get into that, because you could easily say, oh, see, y'all Hexicans or whatever, maxi pad talk, you just gatekeeping. No, it ain't about gatekeeping. It's not about that. It's about being real. Because if I'm going to call gatekeeping somehow these people CoinMarketCap doesn't like to won't put HEX on the first page. If I'm going to call gatekeeping now, I'm going to call gatekeeping if I continue to just defecate on other projects that are trying to come on to Pulse, or other projects that are trying to come on to basically affect HEX stakers, for example. I need to be fair. I need to be balanced. I need to, everybody can get this sauce. Everybody can get the drama fairly and equitably. You know what I'm saying? All across the board. I can't pick and choose what's convenient. I got to be objective. At least just for me. That's just me. You know how many contracts that come out, how many things that I get notices of, just correspondence left and right about things that are coming out that people want to pay me to talk about, and I refuse to because I know better. You know how many people, shady people, whatever, scam artists try to contact me that I block, I delete, I ignore for years. My small channel. They're willing to pay me to talk about projects that I have no idea what they're about. I pretend that they know about. They give me a script to talk about them. They'll give me a script, give me X amount of coins or money, and then make a video about it to then allow my viewers to be at risk to get rug pulled or scammed. That's what promoters do. That's what a lot of promoters do. That's been the talk for years. That's been the talk for years. This is old. Now, I'm not saying that this HEX member, he says he wasn't getting paid to do that. He just wants to document his winnings. Yeah, but when you document your winnings, people want to win with you. This is the nonsense. This is simple. It's simple. It's simple. This is why I talked before. Like, I had issues with promoters before, but the ones that stuck around, that I've seen they do things differently, they've evolved, they've grown. We've all grown. We've all made mistakes and we grow together. In our own right. We don't know each other, but we grow because, it's a community. You're a part of the Telegram group. You watch their content. You're in the chats. Blah, blah, blah. For years. You see the changes. You see the positive changes, the positive developments. You see how the good work, how it's affected other people in great ways. But these guys who just doing, for you to be in crypto for years, for you to be in landed somewhere like in HEX, first of all, you've eliminated your chances of getting wrecked so tremendously by just getting into HEX and learning about what it does and learning about crypto at large. Because you have a founder that is forthcoming and willing to educate everybody about this thing right here. You're leagues ahead and beyond everybody else coming into this place talking about they getting into Solana. You know what I'm saying? Getting into all these blockchains, all these projects, BlockFi and Celsius, Voyager, and all these things that just have wrecked the people. Solana turns their blockchain off and on at whim. And people think they know what they're talking, Web3 and all this. They act as if they know they could say certain familiar terms, and now they're all knowledgeable, and they know nothing. I know nothing. Let's be clear. I know nothing. I just try to go by my intuition. Women are very good at that. And as a man, I have issues, listening to my intuition. And as a result, I've gotten into a lot of problems unnecessarily, not listening to my gut, not listening and paying attention to my intuition. And so when you see something and you hear something from people, and if it just doesn't sit well with you, that's for a reason. If it just doesn't feel right, the vibe is just not clicking, it's just not there, there's something off, that's for a reason. And then you end up you end up discovering that, oh, your gut feeling, this is the reason why you felt so and so. This is the reason why you felt the way you felt, is because it didn't work out. So I'm in a position where I had to say something about this, man, to help the viewers that watch my content know, listen, I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you watching, right, when I'm talking about these things relative to crypto, but always, never just, your research should not just go as far as my content, your research, or anyone's content. Your research should go further, information that you collect on your own time, so that you could draw and make the best decisions for yourself to minimize the risk of loss. Your risk levels should be calculated, so that way, if something does happen, you don't lose everything. I don't care who they are. I don't care who you listen to. You should know this is for the new people coming in that are listening to these people, man. Nobody knows what they're talking about unless they're a founder. Not all founders have your best interests in heart. Pun intended. Seriously, like, not all founders have your best interests in mind and in their heart. I learned more about crypto listening to how Richard Hart breaks things down in the last year and a half than I have in the entire 5 years that I've been, you know what I'm saying? The rest, the other 3.5 period, it was all experience. All experience. And what I'm talking to you about here is about experience. That's all it's about. It's about experience. You know, you'll be surprised. And for me to continue as if everything is status quo, the next thing you should find me doing is flip the switch. Like just flip the script. Like, okay, now you're going to see me chill and talk about anything and everything, right? The next video I'll have, the next blog I'll have is I'm going to talk about this crap coin, this trash contract, anything and everything, because I'm just like, so I'm a living contradiction, and I try not to be that way. Nobody's perfect out here, but I try not to be a hypocrite though, you know? At least try to live what I speak about, live what I preach. Because that's all you have after a while. It's just you, your words, and your nutsack. That's it. As a man, that's all I have is my word. So I can't just be, saying one thing and doing something else and thinking that's okay and just pretend like, okay, well, I'm not affecting you because this is something I'm doing. What right do you have to tell me what I could do with my money? Like, that's crazy. First of all, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing with my money, period. I just talk because I enjoy talking. I talk about things that are appealing, especially with crypto. Please. I talk about aspiring and having dreams. And what efforts are we making to achieve our dreams of creating generational wealth? Seriously, what efforts are we making to build our nest egg so that we don't have to depend on one stream of income? What is it that we're doing? I like HEX, I like Pulse Chain, I like Pulse X. A couple other things too, but at this point right now, this is centered around the heart ecosystem. I like a lot of things, but it's not for me to really talk to y'all about because I'm talking about things that come from the heart ecosystem. And like many other people are doing, you mimic and you parrot what's being said. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing with my everyday. If I tell you what I do with my money, I might as well tell you what I'm doing on a regular, show you my wallet, my real, fiat carrying wallet and bank account and all that. None of that makes sense. None of that ever made sense to me. Oh, listen, jackpot, I won, such and such in a casino. Ha ha. No one cares. In fact, more people want the worst for you than those who want good for you. They're going to be mad and jealous. And those who know you will try to come next to you. This is the thing about people that I don't get. People don't want to see you rich. People don't want to see you well off. And then you showing what you got on a screen. You showing what you got on your dashboard. You showing what you got here and there to convince people that something is real, that something is working. And look what history has shown. If you have it and it's working, right? If you have something that's working, which is far and few in between, because if 20,000 cryptos were doing what they supposed to, those 20,000 promised to do, then the whole world would be involved with this thing right here, man. This thing would be life-changing for real. Paradigm shift extraordinaire. But it's not. Few work, many don't. Few of what we have going on here are reliable, and most aren't within the crypto space. And that goes with the people who talk about it too. Few know what they talk about, most don't, including me. Real life stuff. This is just real life. How many people do you see in the street tell you how much money they have in their wallets, in their purses, in their bank accounts? They don't. No one does. Who does that? Go to the neighborhood, go to whatever convenience store, bodega, in your travels, whatever you do day to day, and ask somebody and see what type of response you'll get. Ask somebody how much money they're holding. See what type of response you get. Ask them whatever they got going on, if they're going to show you what's in their wallet. But people on the internet, we just free to do that because we could hide behind persona and we think we're safe behind keyboards, stroking, numbers and swiping whatever characters on a keyboard to feel safe. And we could do that and try to convince you that you could do the same thing. You can buy into whatever I got going on. And so I could take whatever you have going on and leave you at zero and not care because I got your back. And say, oh no, all I'm trying to do is pretty much document my winning. But I told everybody get in early. You forgot to say that. You know what I'm saying? And then many times I could drop a link, have you click. And this is not to anybody. This is just stuff that I've never understood. I've never understood why people embrace these types of things, because when stuff hits the fan, it's like, yo, the promoter, they go at you. You the one that got to deal with the headaches. And then you really understand while you try to build your community and things blew up in your face and you become isolated by yourself, you really understand how lonely it is in the crypto space. You want to see people turn on you real quick? Turn on you real quick? Go talk about something that goes to zero. Go talk about a project that goes straight to zero. Go let something happen to you. Let something happen to you. Let something happen to you. Let something happen to the project. It gets rugged. It gets scammed. You'll be surprised how lonely you'll end up. You had a squad of people, a big community, right? Everything was great until that scam happened, and then you by yourself, and you the enemy, and you the target. You'll get doxxed. You'll get threats, right? People will even look to the SEC, cease and desist. They'll look for the government entities, institutions to come after your behind. Is that real? Is that real? Because all you thought you were doing was documenting your journey. Come on, man. Just be you. Be you. Be smart. It's not only about being you, because you could be yourself and then get caught up. But be smart. Be smart in what you're doing. Seriously. I don't know. In any case, folks, it's just, I don't get it. That's why I say, listen to nobody. Do your own studies. Do your own research for real. I never give financial advice because I'm not that. That's not what I do. But these times are so hard. Everybody's mad. Not everybody's mad, but a lot of people are waiting for Pulse Chain, don't know when that's coming. So folks are climbing up the walls. They're pissed off, right? Any little thing that comes up becomes the biggest thing. Any little problem becomes a bigger. People are on edge. The markets are down, right? Bear market, all kinds of stuff going on. Folks are not seeing what they want to see. Waited so long, all kinds of stuff, causing people to just create drama and contention and be angry. This negative energy. For what? For what? It's not helping. It's not helping the situation. Got to redirect that negative energy. Redirect it. Do something else. Do something else. Do something else more that's just more beneficial to you. Whatever that is. Whatever that is. You know, easier said than done, and I get it, but come on. Some of these things that happen, people, like we self-accountability is paramount. It just truly is. It's paramount. Some people just trust in individuals. They trust in individuals. They don't trust in the fact that what crypto was supposed to be, trustless. Some people trust in individuals. They don't trust in the fact that crypto, there's no intermediaries. It's person to person. You understand? And so forth and so on. So, I don't know, folks. We got a long way to go. We have a absolute long way to go in this space. You know? And it is what it is. I don't know that person in the HEX community that put that post up. I don't know. It's just whatever. I'm not saying that to, like, vilify or whatever. It's just the action itself. It's not just central to him. This is what's happened. People have done it. And it happens to everybody. Like, not everybody, but hey, these are things that happen. This is why, folks, you got to be careful. I'm talking to my audience members. You got to be careful. You know, you have to be careful what's out here. You have to know what's going on, because temptation and emotion is a very powerful energy that can take over. It can take over and basically rule out everything rational you got going on. Anything and everything that makes sense, that was logical in your mind, once that temptation takes over, that greed factor, that emotion is so powerful, it'll erase whatever you had, and then you'll do something completely irrational and put yourself at risk to lose everything. It happens all the time. It happens because it's involving money. Money changes people, makes people do things that, you know, they wouldn't even expect to do. At a split second, boom, just like that. If you're not balanced, if you don't know what's going on, if you don't have control, some type of self-control and some type of purpose. Again, I'm not going to do something and then put it on camera and talk about, yo, this is my winning. You could do the same, like almost like implying, look, get in while you can. Get in while you can. Why? This short timer? Yeah, like it's not, these things are short-lived. Even if the contracts still work to this day, but look how they perform. Look at the charts. Go look at the charts now. People are at zero. Go do the research. 2021 was filled with all this type of stuff. 2021 was filled with all kinds of Doge iterations, Shiba Inu iterations, Safe Moon iterations, all kinds of stuff. Yummy and all this stuff that went to crap. So know what you're getting into. Know what you have. Know what's out here. That's it. Like, share, and subscribe, people. It is what it is. Be safe. Take care.